And of course, one of the most important actions the board takes is the adoption of the capital improvement plan, which is usually done every 10 years and then updated every 2 years in, so-called normal times. But of course, 2020 has proven to be anything but normal. And the financial uncertainties caused by the COVID pandemic urged the county manager to this year propose a 1-year update to the CIP, and then also to propose postponing and canceling some of the previously approved projects as the county continues to assess that economic fallout of the pandemic. So, Libby, I'm going to throw it to you now. You've worked on a lot of CIPs and CIP updates over the years, and of course, this one was a little different. What were really the priority measures for this year's CIP?
Yeah, this one was very different, because as you said, usually you plan out 10 years. For a while, they used to be 6, but now it's 10 years planning. But as you say, it's the first 2 years what we vote on. That's what goes on the bond, and that's really the what doesn't change much. But this time, the manager proposed, and I think he did exactly the right thing. It's just really for a year. We're going to update it next year when we have a better idea of what's going on. So for this year's CIP, we're just doing what really we have to do. One, we have ongoing obligations to Metro and things. Those are legal obligations. We have to fulfill those. That's there. We have projects ongoing. They're already paid for. They've been bonded. The money is given. The construction started. They're ongoing. Those will continue on, like Lover Run and Long Ridge Pool, the aquatic center. However, those facilities, when they're open, we're not going to actually open them. We're not going to do a grand opening and start using them. We're not going to completely mothball them because you can't open a building and then just shut it down. You have to keep the systems running to keep it healthy. But we're not going to staff it with people because that is an expense that we really just don't want to take right now. And the one area where there are really 2 areas that are somewhat new. One, a very small portion of the CIP was to make sure that we can implement our body-worn camera system right away, so that is up and running. And then the other is the stormwater issue. And you and I have talked a lot about that July 8th storm and everything. We still hear from people. I will tell you, we had a big storm just last night before we were filming this morning. And, and I'm thinking, oh gosh, I hope it doesn't rain too much. I hope, everything holds on. So that's something that we know we have to deal with. And I think our staff's doing a very good job. They're prioritizing, but it's a big expense and it's something we've got to start doing. So that we are continuing to do and starting to do with, new ways of enlarging the pipes, looking at what they call overland relief and things. So there we are. We're going to revisit it again in a year. And hopefully after that, then get on to a regular sort of cycle that we've been doing with a 10-year plan and 2-year updates. But right now it's year by year, which I think is how we're taking it. As Taka said, we're all focusing on the same, how we're going to get through this pandemic, and we need to keep as much flexibility as possible with our resources right now to handle what comes up.
Well, and on that note, do you think the county may have to postpone or cancel more CIP projects when we revisit this again next year because of ongoing economic impact from the pandemic? I mean, have we seemed to stabilize a little bit? What's kind of, if you could look into a crystal ball, what would you say to that?
My crystal ball is very murky. I don't know about yours, Takas.
My crystal ball is also very murky. Yeah. But there is a significant signal out of the short horizon for these decisions on that the county board recognizes that people come first. We are monitoring how people are doing. I can assure you, and it's a great experience for me coming to the county board. Every day we hear from county staff with details, with data, how our most vulnerable Arlingtonians are doing, where the employment is, where the small businesses, how the small businesses are doing, how effective the housing assistance is, how effective, how well we are covering the needs right now, and if we identify gaps, where are these gaps, and what are the best ways to really respond to them. This is a very complex place. It's a very unusual place, and I believe that right now a lot of energy is invested in doing the best job possible. That means that the capital investment will have to be treated with caution at this moment.
Yeah. I think the other thing to think about too with the capital investment is the buildings that we were planning to build and the facilities are all based on pre-COVID. 6-foot distancing, social distancing wasn't a thing a few months ago. So it could be, as we look forward, that we will be changing what we're doing and where our priorities are. But I'm not sure what they are yet, and that's why we're waiting and taking some time to look. So sorry, I've got a murky crystal ball. When it clears up, I'll let you know.
All right. Well, we'll keep you posted on that one.
They are all together in this, so everybody will know, right?
Right.
That's right. That's right. Well, with that, we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we'll take a look at some COVID-19 relief funding that the board approved that could be a big help to Arlington renters and homeowners hit hard by the pandemic. Stay with us.